transplant. Good afternoon, fam. It's your girl, Miss Diva Trucker, and I'm just sitting here getting ready to leave to get out of Dallas. I already got my load out, so I will be leaving out today. Going to pick up my truck, going to pick up Ripley. Hey, Highway is that? Going to pick up Ripley, going to pick up my truck. I got a load picking up in Garland, going to up to Illinois. So I will be leaving out today. And I just want to just give some of my thoughts and expressions about what I thought um, about the new proposed changes for the FMCSA. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience. And open session. So one of the things about going to the truck show is we have a lot of seminars. We have a lot of educational things that go on there. And one of the things that the FMCSA do every year is they hold a open forum about different topics that's happening. So this year they had the topic of the proposed hours of service that they are proposing to change. Okay, the funniest thing, you know how you could sit back and stuff, y'all, this stuff is so funny, it ain't even, it's just hilarious. Okay, we met at the meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning where they had the panel of everybody on the panel. They had two sessions. One was at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday, and the other one I think was that afternoon. Okay, and it was like everybody, a lot of people got up and spoke about how they felt. But if you ever sit back and heard drivers talk about a 30-minute break, you would have been dying. Okay, dying laughing. People wanted to break the 30-minute break up into oh, thank you, do I have 30 yet? Oh my God. Okay. um People wanted to break the 30-minute break time into different stages. Like, people wanted to take 5 minutes here, they wanted to take 15 minutes here, they wanted to do, they want to just have a bathroom break, they don't want to be told when to go to take a mandatory break. But it was just so funny. People wanted to break the break up into people wanted to break the break up into two 15-minute breaks. I mean, y'all, if y'all would have heard us sitting there for over an hour talking about a 30-minute break, I thought I was going to die. Okay? I thought I was going to die. Everybody had an opinion about how the break should be set up. Like, you should do it accumulatively. Like, if you stop the truck, you should take, that should be counted for your 30 minutes. Some people wanted you to break it up into two 15-minute breaks. Some people wanted you, it was crazy. Some people wanted you to get rid of it altogether and we just take our breaks how we want to take our breaks. People was just, but the main thing about it was like, nobody drives a truck like most people in a, when we're driving a truck, we always get out. We don't drive that truck straight 8 hour period. Okay. We got to stop. We got to get fuel. We got to stop, go to the bathroom. Y'all might have pets on the truck. So we got to stop. So there's a lot of time that we're stopping throughout the day that may not be affected in the 30-minute rule, in a 30-minute break for your break. So some people was wanting every time that we stop and it's not, on duty or driving or whatever the case may be, then, that should be counted as our break time. Because if not, we still have to pull over again. And sometimes you waste, up to an hour, an extra hour that you waste being out on the road trying to take a 30-minute break. Okay. But the funny thing, y'all would have died. Y'all would have fell out laughing when you saw all these people get up talk about a 30-minute break. That was so hilarious to me. I was like, are we really sitting in here? And then the thing is, it was like everybody was getting their panties all in a bunch, and this ain't even like For real, like it's just like something they just looking at. Ain't even saying like they really going to. Okay, this is what it is. This is like the whole thing could totally change tomorrow. Okay, so it's like everybody's putting comments in, and it just made it seem like a bunch of red tape. Like, oh my God, are y'all really? Is this what you really get paid for? Like to be sitting up here debating a 30-minute break? Like, and you just, I didn't understand it. It was like nobody was getting anywhere, and it was just okay, uh-huh, yeah, okay, uh-huh, yeah, okay, uh-huh, yeah. It wasn't like I didn't feel like it was gonna be a change, okay? It felt like it was just you were just spinning your wheels. You just spinning your wheels. Um and the other thing was the hours, extending the hours and stopping the clock, and it was like I have never in my life, I don't think, sat in a meeting where you talked about to me absolutely like it was just crazy. It was chaotic of the smallest little thing. And basically, overall, it's just drivers are saying they do not need to be told and micromanaged of how to run their clock. Okay, we all have to have common sense and to be able to run a truck safely, take breaks like we supposed to, not be fatigued. Because the whole thing about the FMCSA is about safety. Okay, safety with the drivers, safety with the people on the road. It's about being safe. Okay, but the way you going around it and trying to make this safety thing happen, it's just crazy. It's just chaotic. It's like so much red tape. It's like you meeting to meet to meet to meet to meet, and ain't nothing getting done. And it's like you just wasting your time, and like people just don't even, I don't know. Maybe it was just me. Maybe I was the only one. Um, Maybe I was just the only one that just thought it was hilarious to talk about a 30-minute break for like over 2 hours, and how to split it up. Now you want to change that, and then people wanted to change the 10-hour break to you got an 8-2 split that most of the drivers don't use and don't know how to and don't know how to do the 8-2 split. Now they want to take that and make it a 7-3. Then they want then they want to take it and make it a 5-5. And it was like what? Oh my! It was like I could not get into the crazy. I just really couldn't get into the crazy. Um, but different people spoke up, and then and it was just like everything doesn't fit everybody. How are you going to come up with, you got short haul drivers, right? You got livestock drivers, and a lot of times they sit up here and make these plans. They sit up here and make these plans for drivers to follow and to do, and not even realize, okay, we ain't even thought about livestock, we ain't even thought about short haul, we ain't even thought about this, we ain't even, so it has to be amendments to the rules, and it's crazy. It is so, yeah, livestock don't stop. So some people got to be exempt, so you can't make everything to satisfy everybody. But it's like you make the rule, and then after the fact, it's all these exemptions, and exemption from this rule and exemption from this rule, and it's like, why even had a rule in place anyway? And you just going back, rephasing it. The child, that was the biggest mess I seen up in there in a long time. I mean, that was just chaos. It was chaos. Not chaos as far as, people being chaotic, like it was rowdy and all that kind of stuff, but it was chaos where you're beating, it's like you beating something that ain't there. Like you discussing something that just ain't gonna make a difference. One way, if you put it 2 minutes here, 4 minutes here, 15 minutes here, 20 minutes here, it's just like, really? Oh my God. It was, but the highlight of it was, and now they want to start to look at sexual harassment, sexual misconduct, just to have some policies and procedures in place for the women in the industry, y'all. I mean, it's a fight. And if you don't put it in their face, they not going to address it. And we got to put a face with the name. So you had several people up there that had issues when they was getting in this industry. Trucking is a wonderful thing to get into, but let me tell you something. When you're trying to get your foot in the door, when you're trying to come out here and go to this training and all this kind of stuff, it is sometimes it could be the most hardest thing that you could ever do. But if you ever get past it, you on your own, so you don't have to depend on nobody, but being in the truck yourself. And it's just, there's just has to be some kind of policy. You just don't believe some of the things that people think that they could get away with, and that will try to get away with. And it's a problem. It's a problem. How many more women are going to be raped? How many more women are going to be assaulted? How many more women? And it's like you get tired of me talking about it or tired of me saying it, but until it stops happening to, these women out here in the industry, I have no choice. I have no choice. Okay, and then sometimes people they'll just pay the little 50,000 for the lawsuit, or 100,000 over here, or whatever the case may be, and that's just a drop in the bucket, and they'll just keep, won't put no policy in place, keep doing the same thing. That's why they get sued for the same thing multiple times, and people win. Okay. And another thing is just knowing what your rights are, knowing what your rights are, knowing what people can and cannot do to you. You should not be on a truck with somebody and they feel that they can, and it goes both ways. It's not just men, wanting to sleep with the women. It's some of these women out here, honey. And it's just that you just can't. Okay, you are in like a supervisory type role. You are in a teaching position. You got to look at this as high school in a way. You can't sleep with your student if you go to, if you at high school. You can't sleep with your student, if you are the teacher of the class. It's like inappropriate, right? Okay, so it should be the same thing in trucking. When you're going through that training process, no matter what the case may be, as a trainer you have to show some sort of restraint. Just because somebody says whatever, it's just not a good thing. It's not a good thing. But some people don't think that there's anything wrong with it. They think, hey, you on a truck with me, you like me, I like you, and we just gonna do the darn thing. But you just can't do that. You can have relationships. It's all right to um, talk to somebody or be in a relationship or like somebody. That's normal. We both do the same thing. You in trucking, I'm in trucking, or whatever the case may be. It's natural as a man and a woman to be attracted to the opposite sex or the same sex. That's a natural thing. Okay. And sometimes when you are in a confined compartment with an individual 24 hours 7 days a week, sometimes there could be some kind of affection or whatever, or you might get to like somebody. It's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But could you establish the relationship after the training is over with? Like, get through the 3 weeks, okay? Can you restrain yourself a little bit until this person has upgraded and you are ensured that you have properly trained them to drive a truck, instead of adding the all the extra to it? Is that too much to ask? Could we just say, hey, I like you, or whatever, I think you nice, or whatever the case may be, but can we not sleep together until after this is over with and I've done my job and done what I need to do? um but that's just so the lines, so it doesn't get confused, so the lines don't get crossed. You know what your job is, you know what you're here to do, and just make it happen. When you get yourself in these situations, and you know how we are as women, we get emotional, and sometimes as a female, I can't speak for everybody, okay, but sometimes as a woman and as a female, you sleep with them, honey, and they think they yours. You lay down with them, and honey, you done got you a new boo, okay? Y'all, they think y'all, and men don't think like that. Men men think, they can just sleep with you and get up the next morning and walk away, and it was what it was. That's all it was, okay? Women sometimes get emotionally attached. Sometimes, okay? There's some women out there, they the same way. I just, I want to do what I want anyway. But, other than that, y'all, that's it. I haven't read your comments. I was just sitting here just conversating with y'all. I apologize. Um, but yeah, you don't want to get yourself in that type of situation. Get through with your training, do what you got to do out here, and then if anything develops after the fact, after you upgrade, after you learn how to back up that truck, um, then establish your relationship after the fact. But it was awesome. It was awesome, awesome, awesome. As I think about some of the things that I experienced, I will share that with you as well. But I just wanted to talk to y'all about that meeting at that FMCSA. If that wasn't the most hilarious thing I ever seen in my life, folks could sit up in a meeting room and talk 2, 3, 4 hours about 30 minutes. Okay. Um, but other than that, that's it, y'all. I got to go. Got to go get Ripley. Got to get on the road, and then we're going to be out for Carmisha Thomas event on September the 7th. Okay. Peace, love, joy, and happiness, and y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.